Hello and welcome back. It's time for Chit Chat with Two Teas. As usual, I am your counseling psychologist and host, JL Valdez, and with me today is an extra special guest. Okay, yes, all my guests are extra special, but she has journeyed down the highway to be with us today. So that makes her extra special. So please welcome designer Shari Winchester. Yay! Hi, Shari.
Hi.
Welcome to the Southland.
Thank you.
Yes, it's nice. You like it?
Yes. The driver's over.
All right. Okay. All right. I feel like that's Shagwana's fault, not mine. Okay?
Yeah, true.
Yeah? All right. So today we're back at the Fresh Press Factory. At this point, our official, unofficial studio. Right? Hi, Kenisha. Thank you, girl. You know, she's the best. Right? So we are here today to chat a little bit with Shari, but maybe you want to know. Actually, I think you want to know a little bit more about her. So tell us about yourself, Shari. Everybody's favorite question.
Yes. My name is Shari Winchester. I am 33 years old. I'm a designer of all sorts. I'm a graphic designer, costume designer, and a fashion designer. I have 2 children, and yeah, that's me.
Clearly, she had these kids out of her head. I told her that, right? Because she's just out here looking like 22, but whatever. So what kind of, I know you said you are a costume designer. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Right, so I started costume design in 2017 with the Lost Tribe. And I've been with them ever since. So we're coming up on our anniversary soon.
Okay.
And so that was my first costume design experience.
Wow.
And then I've also designed for Notting Hill, Carnival, and I've done Grenada as well. And I just finished some kits.
So what you're saying is you're an international designer. You better claim it. You better embrace that because that's what it is.
Yeah, we can say that.
I always tell the truth, except for the times when I lie, but this is not one of those times. So you're okay.
Yes.
Right? So before we dive more into that, maybe you could tell us about what's going to be in your cup because neither of us have actually poured our tea.
So this is my peppermint tea. And I absolutely love peppermint, everything peppermint.
Yes.
Makes me feel better. So that was why I chose this.
Are you one of those mint chocolate chip ice cream lovers as well?
No, because
I'm so happy you have boundaries. Yes.
I'm not a chocolate lover.
I'm not sure if we could be friends again. And I have ginger tea because I wanted to be cool like Shari, even though she took peppermint. But actually, y'all know from previous episodes, I really do love ginger because it is really good for you and your immune system, and especially coming out of COVID.
It smells great.
Right? So when I in COVID, I was definitely a bush baby. Everything bush, fever grass, ginger, right, peppermint. So I was just all about that life, and I still like it. So that is what is literally in our cups.
Yeah.
So I guess coming back to, your interest in design and all of that, you could probably tell us about what's figuratively in your cup.
Currently I have what? We just came off of Carnival.
And congratulations on your win. The Lost Tribe got Band of the Year for the 55th time. Congratulations, Lost Tribe.
Thank you. But I'm already working on 2025.
Okay.
So
break nothing.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I saw that costume. Now, I have been since Lost Tribe came out. So I've never played mass. Right? Every time I say I'm going to play mass, something happens and I can't play mass.
Right.
So this year when I saw Ibis, I didn't even know it was your design, right? I just saw it and I was like,
Right.
Maybe I could.
Right.
Maybe this is the year. It wasn't the year. It wasn't the year. But several people I know did play in your section.
Yeah.
And even just the different variations of that costume looked amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, what is your concept? Is it that the band says, well, this is what we're going with, and this is what we would like you to do? Or do they say, this is what we're going with, what can you do?
Yeah, so it's more, this is what we're going with, what can you do? But for me personally, as a designer, and I think it's also part of our ethos at Lost Tribe, is to make sure that the masquerader has pieces that they can use again.
Yes, and I love that because you'll see people with their necklaces or it's very cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I definitely designed with that in mind because I always want people to have something. Besides remembering us on the road, just have something that they could use again and go out with and not look like you were in a headpiece, obviously.
Exactly, because that's a little weird. Yeah.
Yes, it's not lashed down.
Yeah.
But still have something that they could reuse.
Right.
So for me, that and added to that would be comfort, right?
Yes.
Because we are at Lost Tribe, we are designing for everybody.
All
ages.
Everybody. This I have seen. And I appreciate because you design for everybody and everybody looks like it was designed for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the key.
Some bands.
That is
Some bands. Anyway. Yes.
Yeah, so that's the key. It's comfort, it's making sure that all the masqueraders look great and that they have pieces that they could reuse after.
So what was the thinking behind Ibis?
I'm not really even sure why I would choose Ibis. This is the national bird. I literally chose. I have no idea what I was thinking.
Wow.
Because obviously, it being a national bird, I would have the most pressure.
Yes. So why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
I'm not. You love it. That's what it is.
So I chose Ibis, and then I was like, you know what? But I want to make it my Ibis.
Yeah.
I want it to be red,
like
black,
a
white. And that's where all of the neon colors came from.
Yes.
And so I was taking a chance because I didn't know how people would feel about that.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it turned out.
I mean, I would say, unfortunately, I didn't get to see the majority of the band crossing, including Ibis, because that was the time that they decided to play with.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, TTT. Right? Because I sat down, I was taking my braids out, and I said, I am prepared for Lost Tribe. I'm sitting down here, I am not moving. And they said, okay, great, Lost Tribe is coming. And I'm like, yes. And then,
we had to get the numbers together. Yeah.
And I didn't win. I mean, I didn't play, but I didn't even win. So what was the sacrifice with?
Yes.
Right? What was it for? So unfortunately, I didn't get to see it. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
In front of the TV looking.
I am sure that I'm not the only person, well, your grandfather, myself, who were waiting to see it. So, disappointed. Well, apparently not see it. But do you have any pictures or footage of it crossing the stage? That's fantastic.
Yes.
How do you feel in that moment when you are, because you play mass as well.
Yes.
So you're in it. You're not just like, well, I'll design and I'll watch from the side.
Yes.
Right? So you're in the midst of it. How do you feel when you are in the middle of your section, all these people were in your creation?
Yes. I think that's the only time I actually remember that I designed this.
Yeah. What?
Other than that, it's just work. Like I'm always in the process of what needs to be done. So I don't ever focus on the fact that I'm doing these things until that stage. Like until I'm in front of the stage, looking back, and I see my name on the banner. Like those are the things that I'm like, oh, this is
I did do this.
Thing. Yeah.
This is not a dream.
Yeah.
And then how does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I just enjoy seeing people enjoying their costumes.
Yeah.
And that is the most important part for me.
And every year, you get to experience that.
Yes.
I mean, from 2017?
Yeah.
Well, minus 2020.
Yes,
right. We're not going to the unspeakable years. The unspeakable years. What was that like for you as somebody who would have at that point already been designing for a few years in terms of Carnival and then not having that?
Yeah, I think we all as designers, we really, really, really missed it. And whenever we got the opportunity, like we started designing for the next Carnival, not even knowing the Carnival was
happening. Yeah.
But it was a space for us to just create because we would have just not been creating for so long. I spent most of my COVID time making masks, and that was the only thing that I was really creating. So it was definitely great to be back. Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't that seem like forever ago?
I know, right?
Anyway, we're not going back there. Wash our hands. We're not going back there. Right? So how did you even get into this field? Because you're a designer in different areas.
Yes.
Right? How did you even get into that? And don't forget to drink your tea, girl. Always drink that here.
If it's too hot. I am a graphic designer by profession. And so my first internship, I did this internship at a creative agency, and then I decided to go work with them. But in working with them, I realized that I was really bored.
Wow.
Terribly bored.
Okay.
So when I got my first couple of paychecks, I was like, I need to do something. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I need to do something. I went and I bought a sewing machine and picked up some fabric. I went to factories. I was like, pick up some fabric, and there was this cord they had. I was like, I don't know how to sew.
What? Wait. When was this?
No idea. What's that?
Like, when was this that you did not know how to sew and you bought a sewing machine? So, okay. All right.
So I didn't know how to sew. I bought a sewing machine. I mean, I know how to sew.
Right, basics.
Not like professional.
Right.
And I bought this cord and I sat down and I made this necklace. And I wore it, and then all my friends were like, "That was really cool. I want one."
Yeah.
And so that's how SHOPSHARI started.
Tell us about SHOPSHARI.
So SHOPSHARI is a lifestyle brand. It's a Caribbean lifestyle brand, and we focus mostly on women's fashion and just making women feel beautiful.
I love that.
That's the main. That's what we do.
I love that. Number one, I love that you said it's a Caribbean lifestyle brand. So you're not pigeonholed.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you said you love to make women feel beautiful.
Yes.
That's important because a lot of the times we don't.
Yes.
And a lot of the times it's of our own making that we don't.
Of course.
So thank you.
You're welcome. So I made this necklace. I had 8 orders at first. Got the 8 orders out, and then those people wore the necklaces and
word of mouth.
Yes. And so my roommate at the time asked me to make a necklace for Anya Youngchi for her birthday. And she gifted her this necklace. And at that time, she had a shop called Exhibit A, which was at her mom's home. And she gifted her the necklace, and she's like, I need to have these necklaces in the shop. And so 3 months of me being in the shop, I left my job.
How does it feel to be God's favorite? Like what is that?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with being God's favorite. I don't know what so
but that is also
just like,
were they supportive? Oh. Are you mad? That sounds like a Caribbean parent response. Yes. That makes sense. Yes.
I mean,
it's also stability, right? You know, they're concerned for you.
So I did that. I asked my job if they would let me work remote.
Okay.
And 10 years ago,
that was like, what are you saying? What? You want to work from home?
Yeah.
You want to sleep?
See you
working.
Yeah. So I was just like, it's not gonna work. And so I left that job to do necklaces. Only I was just doing necklaces, and then I got into clothing, and I just added, ended up doing sandals in 2 on 2. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Just continue adding things. And so that same year is when Anya had a section in Lost Drive.
Right.
And she had asked me to help her with the male costume. So I did this big necklace. And that was my introduction into Lost Drive.
Wow.
And then the year after, I asked them if I could design something, and I did. And that was my first costume, and I've just been like that ever since.
Well, that is an absolutely amazing story. Number one. I mean, I guess for you saying it, like, because it's your story.
Yes.
But as an outsider, it actually is an amazing thing. I need to let you know that. It's amazing. Well, so the fact that, right? Big up to Lost Drive, because they could have been like, you fast. You serious?
Yes.
One little necklace you do, fast section, and you want, no. So that was really actually really good of Lost Drive to embrace that newness and to say, well, okay, we'll give you a chance.
Yeah.
So that was really good. So thank you, Lost Tribe, because now we have Shari doing sections. All right. So I think in Trinidad and Tobago, I guess in the Caribbean to a large extent, people within that particular age group, it would not have been the norm to be like, well, number one, leave your job.
Right.
Yes. Right. And number one, you're leaving your job to do something creative.
Yes.
Right. But we've seen that is changing now, because all these children could be influencers, or they could be lean more into the creative side as opposed to that typical 9 to 5, 8 to 4 setting. Would you encourage parents, seeing that you've walked kind of both roads, would you encourage parents to encourage their children to go along that line or more of the traditional route, and then maybe later on they could, kind of go into that? What would you tell them?
Definitely. I mean, I've told people like I am the only person. I'm the first person in my family to do anything that is creative.
Wow.
And it was because my mom let me do art for CXC.
You see?
That was not a thing that you could just choose.
That is amazing.
And from me doing art for CXC, although I didn't know what I wanted to do, I was still able to figure it out. I had all the options on the table, and I really wanted to be an interior designer.
Okay.
And I was just like, I don't know any of those locally that making money or whatever. And that's how I ended up choosing graphic design.
Okay.
And then UTC opened their fashion program.
Right.
And
yes.
I literally went to them and I was like, Mom, she's like, if you want to do it, no problem. I changed courses and then I got cold feet and I was just like,
that's not how the story was gonna end.
That's not gonna make me money. I'm not doing it.
But that was realistic.
So yes.
Yes.
I changed back into graphic design and then I still ended up being a fashion.
Because that was your story.
Yes.
That was your story. You cannot avoid your purpose. A lot of us think we could walk away from it.
And that's an important point, right? A lot of times our parents force us to do things that our dreams that they
had. Exactly. Living vicariously through us.
Yes. And it doesn't work out because that's not what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
So what is the point? You end up wasting time.
And money.
And stress.
Yeah.
Because it's not what I really want to do. So I would suggest all parents to just see and guide along the way. Once it makes sense, it may not make sense all the time.
Well,
yeah. But I mean, the guidance is the most important part.
I think that is absolutely beautiful. And I think one of the parts of your story that just stood out to me is the fact that you said, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Because I think a lot of...
Let's be real. Who knows in Form 3 what they want to do?
Well, I did, but... But I'm an anomaly,
exactly.
right?
The average student at 15 has
you don't know what you want to do.
People at 25 don't know what they want to do.
Sometimes I'm like, did I really know what I want to do? Was this the best choice?
Yes.
Right? But I think it's great that you admitted that because a lot of people come with their quote-unquote success stories and they don't talk about the uncertainty aspect of it. You know, or lots of parents are like, how come you don't know what you want to do? And they're comparing their children to other people's children. Look, this one in sciences, look, this one. So I think you knew you liked art, but you didn't necessarily know where that would take you. And I feel like that's really brilliant because you were actually just figuring it out as you went, but you kind of knew where you felt that calling. So that was really good.
Yes.
And in terms of your children, because you said you have children, do they have any leanings towards the creative?
Oh, for sure.
So she said, why was there such a deep breath?
The 13-year-old is art. If she could do art alone, she would just do art all day. And it comes through in her other projects. It's coming through in her other projects now.
Okay.
It's like she had a geography project that she had to build this rainforest thing. And she was all into it because she had to build it.
Yeah.
And then the toddler seems like he likes to cook. So
well, either way, I love that for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love that for you.
Yes. So yeah, definitely.
It's nice to know that you're already at that space where you would encourage that.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Of course.
So you have your hands in so many pots, right? And you seem to be doing a pretty good job so far, even though
that's what I love.
I mean, you look amazing. So let's start there. So you seem to be doing a good job as somebody observing from the outside, and especially being in the creative field in Trinidad and Tobago, because as I said, it's still not something that everybody embraces widely.
Yeah.
What are some of your pet peeves? What boils your water when it comes to being involved in this field? Deep breaths. Sip some tea if you like. Yeah, before you launch into it.
So, my number one pet peeve is the lack of ease of business in Trinidad and Tobago.
Tell me, Ricardo is applauding, having a little hallelujah moment.
It seems to me that it is deliberate.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You go ahead. You speak your truth here.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
I think the structure is not set up for entrepreneurs.
It's not,
and it's set up to frustrate us more than for us to excel.
Exactly.
And that is, we just say that's my only pet peeve. We just say that is the only thing that I. Because that's
a big one.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this is your life, right?
Yeah.
You literally are an entrepreneur with, several things going on. And if you can't have ease of business,
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. And it's not like, you're in Nepal.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yes.
This is international, regional. And if you don't have that ease of business where you live,
what's the point? Yeah.
Have you considered migrating at all?
I have. I mean, I love my country.
Yeah.
I feel like I travel as much as I can.
Right.
But it's really for inspiration's sake. It's really for me to get a break from what's happening here. And just to see new places, just see new people, interact with people who don't know me. Those things are important and beneficial to me for me to continue creating. So you'd find like sometimes I'm literally here too long.
Yeah, it's like let me catch a flight.
Yeah, I need to even if it's 2 weeks, and I also need to miss home.
Right, because that's part of its own inspiration as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're coming out to Carnival. It's because we've just come out of Carnival. In terms of even the band experience, and because you're in that sphere, there are a lot of other bands. Are there any, in terms of people coming to you, do you have any pet peeves there in terms of what people's expectations of you are?
Yes, but I also feel like when people spending their money, they expect the world.
Right.
So pet peeves, not necessarily, because I get it.
Yeah.
I just feel like we also, in the space now, I feel like we miss the element. Part of Carnival is altering your costume.
Yeah.
Part of Carnival is making it your own.
Right.
Part of Carnival, that's part of the experience, the spirit of Carnival.
Yes.
That's what it's about. So that part can be a little bit tricky. But generally, I think we are blessed at Lost Tribe to have some of the sweetest masqueraders that have ever come across.
Big up you, Lost Tribe masqueraders.
Yes, I always say, I hear people all the time saying, we're gonna come over. And I'm like, yeah, come over, but don't bring your bad vibes because it's not that kind of party.
Don't bring it, exactly.
Yeah, we
don't want that.
We do love over here.
We don't do that,
Yeah. So, if you come in, come, sure.
Right.
But know that it's not the same as
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yes.
Do you feel respected as a designer locally?
I'm not sure if I've ever paid attention.
That tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer because I don't think I've ever thought about it.
Fair enough, because you are minding your business.
Yeah.
You are drinking tea and minding your business.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
If it's one thing we're sure about, is that.
And I'm not mad at it. So even in terms of SHOPSHARI, so now you're definitely doing more than just necklaces.
Yes.
Right? What are some of the things that you do? Do you also do custom pieces for people?
I used to, and then I stopped because it gets custom pieces will suck you in.
Yes.
Yeah. And customers also think that it's just that. So,
you have nobody else to say about. Yes.
Yeah, so I decided for my peace of mind, it's just going to be what I have. And I mean, you have to add all of the other factors, right?
Yes.
Being a wife, being a mother, being a graphic designer, because I'm a full-time graphic designer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So all of those things combined, I'm creating costumes and thinking about what my next theme is and what I need to do. I could not. It just wasn't sustainable. The custom.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of graphics, is it that you design websites, you create, like, what is that?
Literally everything. Besides anything that is not animated or video, I do. So,
well, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I'm excellent at drawing stick people. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can't, you may not be able to do that. So, if you need that.
That is true. Yeah, we will organize.
Yeah, sure. Collaboration.
Yes.
Why are you encouraging me? But that is fantastic. So people, that's a service that you offer. Okay, and you get a lot of work in that sphere as well.
Yeah, I do. I mean, a lot of people don't know I'm a graphic designer.
Right. They'll know now.
Yeah. And so most of my work is word of mouth.
Okay.
Which is a blessing.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of trying to figure out where I take this whole graphic design thing. Because I'm at the stage where I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
What is the next step?
Of course.
I don't know what that looks like, but there has to be another step.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to figure that out
And I think that's usually the key with most people, but especially with creatives.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, this was nice.
Yeah.
What next?
Yes.
You know, or how could this evolve?
Yeah, of course.
So you have graphic design, you have SHOPSHARI,
Yes.
you have Lost Tribe,
Yes.
you have whatever else you're doing in between, and you also have your family life,
Yes.
right? I'm not gonna ask you about balancing because I feel like balancing is really not the word,
Yes.
even though it might be the spirit.
Yeah.
But how do you integrate everything?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I believe that.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's just day by day. And
Yeah,
however we need to do it.
but you have a
we
good
do
support
it.
system.
I do. My husband is awesome.
Big up to you, husband.
yes,
He's
with the
here today.
children.
Hi. He's like, I'm not paying attention.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Like, you're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is huge for me.
Right.
Because when I need to do things, like when I need to travel
Yeah.
for work or whatever, he's always there. So my family as well. But really, I think it's literally by the day.
Yeah.
Whatever needs to happen will happen, and we'll figure it out, and that's it.
I think I needed that reminder. No, I think so.
Yes.
Because everybody has life is happening.
Yes.
And even though I know that, and that's something I would tell my clients all the time,
Yeah.
I think sometimes I need to hear it said to me. So thanks.
Yes. You're
Good job. So you mentioned traveling for work.
Yeah.
Is that like if you're involved in Carnival, Notting Hill or whatever?
It's usually Carnival
Yes.
related.
So you have to go. Is that several trips, or is that like everything you could do? You do a lot of stuff online, and then you do one trip.
Yeah, so mainly everything is shot here for the other bands, but sometimes I actually go for the production and the carnival
Okay.
happening. So yeah, and then I do pop-up shops and stuff internationally.
Okay.
Well, I did it pre-COVID.
Okay.
I used to travel a lot to sell things. And so that's work related.
Yeah.
But it's kind of twofold because when I go somewhere, I try to see the place
Right.
as well.
Because I was gonna say, well, where is the time for Shari in between all of that? Oh,
That's the struggle.
Oh. Which leads us to how is your mental health?
The real answer, or
I mean, preferably our chit chatters like reality, genuineness, authenticity, vulnerability. Yeah.
it's okay.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Tell us more. Yeah.
I think it's only okay because I struggle with finding me time.
Yeah.
And that is a personal thing. Like I feel like I feel guilty about resting and relaxing.
Yeah.
And that's only something that I'm now learning. So I've realized that I'm constantly tired.
Yeah.
My brain never stops.
You're a
Literally.
creative. Yeah.
Even when I lie down at night, it's
Yeah.
just not shut it up. And when I open my eyes, it just continues.
Ricardo can relate. He's like, she's speaking to me. She's speaking my truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the most difficult part. Like I'm always tired. So
Yeah.
I look tired. Like
No,
I tell
you
my
don't.
clients,
You're very
I'm
annoying.
like, I make it. It's not easy. I make it look easy.
Yeah.
Let's remember, it's not a switch. Like,
Yeah.
things are not instant.
And then you have two children and a husband who they need you for various reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a constant.
How was your mental
everyone
health
needs me.
up to Carnival, leading up to Carnival?
It's always very stressful. I think my mental, it stays the same, It's just stressful.
No.
Yeah. Because I haven't stopped and I'm
Yeah.
now going into next year and
Yeah.
I'm going into Notting Hill and I'm going into...
When is Notting Hill Carnival? August?
the end
Okay.
of August.
It is the best month of the year. Just want to put that out there.
I'm not sure about
It
that.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've also would have been working on Notting Hill from last year, or
Well, I didn't do it last year. We took
Okay.
a break last
Okay.
year. So I'm now getting back on that.
and this is you as Shari Winchester, or is this you as part of Lost Tribe?
No, this is separate from
Okay.
Lost Tribe. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's a lot. We make it happen.
Like, yeah, you need to. You need to. But you also need to make the you time happen
Yeah.
as well. And we talk a lot about that. Especially because you're accustomed functioning at a particular level.
Yeah.
And that level is very high from the things that you shared with us. But you're giving so much of you, if you're not pouring back in,
Yes.
we're going to have some
We're working
problems.
on
Okay. Are we?
Yeah, we try.
Okay, I find it quiet. I find you said it quietly. Okay, so should I check in with you in 2 months to be like, hey,
Maybe.
about that self-care?
I might work.
So what do you do for fun? Your work is fun, but it's also, you don't know that word? That's a F word for you? Noted. Okay, it's fun. All right, okay.
I like the beach.
Beaches.
And
You
I
live
like
on
to
an
travel.
island, so that's great.
Yeah.
And you also travel
Yeah.
to places with beaches.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're working on the traveling. And
Okay.
More beach.
Okay.
That's what I have right now.
I mean, it's a good place to start. I would say.
Yes.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So we're not sure about that F word.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we're working on it. So do you have any exciting things coming up, that you can share on? Because I know some things you can't.
Not that I know of currently. But
Okay.
I'm sure there are exciting things.
Mhm.
Not that I could name at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Soon SHOPSHARI will be 10. So definitely have
Oh.
some things planned.
You had some time ago. You had some wonderful kimonos.
Yes. So bringing
Yes.
those back for Easter.
Don't say I didn't put you all on. Huh?
Yes.
Mhm.
And yes, I'm trying to map out what the rest of the year looks like for SHOPSHARI in particular.
Okay.
Because everything else kind of runs itself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is already on, the train is moving.
Yeah.
So the SHOPSHARI thing is really for me to figure out what I want or what I'm trying to achieve. Right?
Do you have a team that works with you, or you do everything
It's
your
me.
own?
It's just me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a seamstress.
Yes.
And she would do all of the sewing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's really me and her working for me to tell her what I'm looking for and if it's working, if it's not working, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's really just.
So you still have questions about why you don't have time for yourself, or?
I don't have questions.
Okay. All right. You know. Okay. All right. And is that because you just, you're so passionate about it? It's more like your baby and you're very particular about how, the execution goes? Or is it just because, obviously something like this is a trust issue as well,
Yeah.
right?
So it's not complicated at all.
Mm-hmm.
I am the definition of what an introvert is. My husband was like, "Are you really?" I am.
No, I get that. Because I
so
do have
for
friends
me,
who are creative, and when people meet them, they're like, "I thought you were," because they will looking at them externally, or they might see them do a video, but they're like, "No, I don't. I'd rather not."
Yeah. So this morning I woke up and I was like, "I don't feel well. I'm not gonna go."
Girl, if you had not come here, girl.
Like, I'm not. So, no. Not happening.
I don't want to talk to anyone today. Yeah.
So that's me every day.
Yes.
And again, because people don't see it, they don't believe
Yeah.
it. So they're like, "Really, you?" Yeah, I don't like people. So I find it difficult.
Yeah.
When I have a team,
Yeah. To manage.
I'm also a control freak.
Mhm.
So knowing that about myself
Yes.
is difficult, because even delegating, like, what's the point of having people if you're not going to share the work, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find sharing the work more difficult than just doing it. So that is where my struggle is in terms of building a team.
Okay.
I've realized now that I need to.
Yeah.
So we're working on that, but it's just me figuring out what's the best way to go about doing that, because I know myself.
Yeah.
So even when I have like interns and stuff,
What I love is the self-awareness.
Yeah.
I love the self-awareness piece.
yes.
Because
Yeah.
this is not news to you.
Yeah.
You're aware, and you're like, yeah, this is what it is. I'm not sure how or if I want to fix it, but this is what it is.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
Even like in terms of flying, I absolutely hate to fly. Like, I absolutely
Really?
hate to fly.
Mhm.
It is terrifying, because
Aw.
once the wheels go up,
You have no control.
that's it.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. I can't do anything about this.
And you're talking about going to Notting Hill, which is in England,
Yes.
which is 10 hours.
So what happens
flight?
is that I want to see places
Right.
more than I am afraid of traveling.
I like that.
So
I like that.
I realize,
Yeah.
I don't like traveling. turbulence. Like I'm sweating.
Final destination.
Yeah. Sure. We're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
And
tell my babies I love them.
Yeah. It's my prayers and that's it. And but I want to see the place. Like
I want to go.
The place.
Yes.
So I'm okay going through that to get to where I want to be.
I mean, that's a pretty good analogy for life as well, right?
Yes.
You know, we will go through the turbulence and all the discomfort, you know, but it's worth getting to where we want to be.
Sure.
Look at you just dropping nuggets of wisdom this morning.
Try.
You didn't even want to come here. Look at you, having a good time, drinking tea.
I know, right?
Yes. Shari, this has been absolutely amazing. I wish I could talk to you all day, but I know you wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
So
there's about it here.
This is it. This is our cap. Right? This is absolutely amazing. And Ricardo.
Favorite costume that you love?
Favorite costume. It's like your children, right?
Yeah, like how can I choose? Somebody's gonna feel jealous.
I think the costumes will be okay.
It is my first costume though.
Which one was that?
Jeune. That was the one. That's where the kimono was born.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is my first costume. Yeah.
They say you always remember your face.
Yeah.
So there you go. Jeune.
Jeune. Yes.
Pops. She's fancy. That is lovely. I'm very happy that you said yes.
Oh.
I'm happy because I really pursued her, guys. I really pursued her. Right? So persistence breaks resistance. So thank you so much for your yes.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming. I think there are going to be a lot of young people who need to see this and hear your story. A lot of parents who need to see this and hear your story. I have a young lady who's very near and dear to me right now, Leah Marie, who is into art.
Yes.
And I think she's not too sure what her next step is. She is studying it in university. So I think, you know, her and others like her, this will definitely be extremely valuable. So I'm probably going to try to get you to come to a career fair at some point in time. Just keep that in mind.
No problem.
Right?
I'm doing that.
Okay. You like to, don't mind talking?
Yeah.
I'll give you ample notice so you can prepare.
No,
and I'll
not
make
too
sure,
much notice.
I'll make sure it's not around Carnival time. I'll make sure.
Yeah, but Carnival time is all year.
This is true. Oh my gosh, yes. I'll make sure it's not around Trinidad.
Yes.
Carnival time. I'll write a letter.
I mean, we have
I'll write a letter.
We have band launch in July. And then it's Carnival already. It's 2025.
Oh my
Carnival.
goodness. Find the beach, because this is I'm just thinking about this. I'm like, you're really just not stopping.
Yeah.
When is St. Kitts Carnival?
St. Kitts went already.
It went, okay.
That was New Year's Day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What? St. Kitts, y'all are doing too much. Grenada is August. Are you in Grenada?
No.
Okay.
But I may go. So that is.
Let's pray. Let's pray that Shari finds some time for herself, guys.
Yes.
So how do we find you? What are your socials?
So SHOPSHARI.
Right.
On Instagram, and then I have my nickname is Neoness. We didn't mention that at all.
Well, we're mentioning it now. I did see it at on one of your emails. Yes.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Because I'm always in bright colors, and my friends is like, "Well, you are the definition of neon, you know?
Yeah.
Neoness."
I like it.
Yeah. So my graphic design is neoness.co, and I'm attempting to use that page to bring everything together.
Okay.
Because some people, my graphic design clients, know that I do graphic design,
right?
But they don't necessarily know about SHOPSHARI or that I do costume design.
Not?
Yeah. Well, some of them are international.
Okay, right. This is true.
Yeah. And vice versa.
So are you ready to embrace the term international designer now? Because that deep breath, you better. We're checking on This is ridiculous. Okay, right. So you have Neoness.
Yes, so those are the two.
Okay.
So it's SHOPSHARI and then Neoness.
Okay.
.co or Neoness. What do you call that thing?
.org. Oh, on the Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, at Neoness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at, but Neoness.co is a business page. So that is where you can.
We'll get it. We'll figure it out. Yeah. This is amazing. I don't know you. I've never met Shari before today, but she's been extremely gracious in all our correspondence. And I just I'm proud of you. I don't know you and I'm real proud. I feel like he's my sister. Like, you know? I'm going to tell people that. Yeah. It was really, really nice having you here. You are now officially a friend of Chit Chat, and we look forward to having you again in the future. Because we have to follow up to find out if you ever went to the beach.
The beach is short.
Okay.
The beach.
Okay.
So
Well, we have to follow up to the self-care piece.
Yeah, for sure. We'll work on that.
Thank you so much for being here with us
Thank you for
again.
having me.
Of course, we love you here at Chit Chat. It is official. We can't break up. Right? And thank you for discussing very honestly.
Yeah.
Right? Your experience of mental health. Here at Chit Chat, we discuss all the mental health factuals. Right? So, guys, thanks for tuning in. And this has been our guest, Shari Winchester, international designer. She's not going to claim it. I will. Right? And we look forward to seeing you again on our next episode. Until then, take care. Bye. And scene. Yay! You did it! You did so
Yes,
good.
I did.
Yes.